Today on Love 225, we're going down the bayou. This Ascension Parish woman is quite the artistic favorite. That's a play on words, but we'll explain how her bayou roots have taken on a whole new meaning at the House of Mouse. Then we're just kicking it. The ladies in red are kicking off 2024, staying true to their mission by serving others. We'll talk to the women of Delta Sigma Theta to learn all about their 22 days of service. And we look to 2024 with lots of gratitude and love for the 225 and our crew. We're remembering it all and looking back as we look to the future and wrap it all up. But if you don't love Baton Rouge, that's because you don't know Baton Rouge. And if you don't know Baton Rouge, well, you're about to. I'm Brandy B. Harris. This is Love 225. Color, culture, those are very quintessentially South Louisiana. And this time of year is the season of sharing and giving. And one artist who has a very unique gift to share with us, let's just say hello once again to our friend, Mike.
I'm Mike Weary, and I'm an artist. I create something out of nothing. I have the privilege of waking up every day and just diving deep into my own mind and creating what I feel. And I'm thankful for it, for sure. And it, moves people, hopefully. My art comes from probably the rawest, deepest parts of me. I find that that's what resonates with others and tackles some of my inner conflicts, inner demons, inner passions even, loves. And when I can't speak it or say it in words, or there's not a song just perfect enough to listen to kind of help me get through it. My style, I call it Dorian Gothic. I take a lot of figures and I kind of distort them into different colors that kind of set a mood. I'm very message-based. All of my paintings have, a deeper message behind them, like most paintings, but I try to make that the forefront of the painting. What you see is not necessarily just what it is on its face. No pun intended. I paint a lot of faces and portraits, and I try to bring that emotion out of the human gaze most of the time. When someone looks at my art, I want them to reflect on what they're seeing versus how they feel inside themselves. And that's why I pull from those deeper, more raw places, because I feel that's what people connect on, and that's how we grow. Yes, I paint upside down. To be honest, it's something I've done my entire life, or ever since I've been painting. I did it in secret for probably a decade. Still kind of self-conscious about it. It's just one of those things that I see what I see, and with a painting, I feel like I'm just adding different feelings and like each stroke has a different feel to it. I don't know, it just comes together that way, and upside down, it's just, you feel it before you actually see it all the way. And once I feel like, okay, I think that's enough, I just stop and I just step away from it. And usually I just try to stick with that. I don't know, it just helps me dig deeper. I don't know. If anybody wants more information about me, you can go to MikeWearyArt.com or at Mike Weary on Instagram, at Mike Weary on Facebook, at Mike Weary on every platform pretty much. Mike Weary is the tag.
Thanks so much for sharing your gifts with us, Mike. And you can see Mike's work on display at the Arts Council of Greater Baton Rouge. Now, the Arts Council is always putting our local artists in position to thrive. And one of their biggest events is right around the corner. The 2024 Impact Gala will be January 11th at the Cary Siraj Community Arts Center. And for one night only, the Arts Council will be transforming into the Met Gala with all its glamour and fashions. And this year's theme, get ready for it, Rolling on the River, honoring the late, great Tina Turner. For more information, you can visit artbr.org. Don't meet me there, beat me there, and you'll have to touch this Tina Turner costume, honey. Well, when Love 225 returns, the Deltas are in the building, and these ladies are committing to service. 22 days of it, in fact, and it all leads to a big-time party where they will be kicking it. We'll have to explain that to you in just a bit. Plus, this local artist from Ascension Parish is leaving from the boot to the House of Mouse. So we'll tell you all about how she became one of our favorites, and maybe Princess Tiana's favorite too. We'll explain all of that right here on Love 225. national and local organization knows all too well just how to look forward to a new year, and they're already kicking off 2024 with some big plans. The Baton Rouge alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is kicking off their 22 days of service, and they're wrapping it up with a very special event. Come on, camera. Kicking it with me today. Get it? Kicks. I've got Tamikio Garrison and Lakanga Hilliard-Scott. Ladies, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And for wearing your fresh kicks. We're gonna talk about the sneakers in a minute. But first, as an organization, obviously Delta Sigma Theta does a lot of work, and y'all are doing community service work. Tell me what the mission is.
So our mission is we are a public service organization to better our communities and bring knowledge to our communities that others may not know about. So yeah, just being a service organization.
And I say we're kicking off 2024, but we're gonna wrap up 2023 before we get to the new year. So tell me how we're wrapping it up, how we're starting 2024 by ending 2023.
Well, we're going to kick off on December 30th. It's a Saturday, our 22 days of service. This is actually our second annual 22 days of service, where we run consecutive days of service in Baton Rouge. And we kick it off on December 30th at our sorority house. And we're going to be collecting goods for the Greater Baton Rouge Area Food Bank and for Southern University for their students, kind of trying to fight hunger. It's a hunger initiative. And then we're going to end it with 22 days later with the sneaker ball, which I know we're going to talk about. But throughout there, you'll see us in Baton Rouge with our red shirts on, and they're going to say, "Service is the rent you pay for the privilege of living on this earth." We're going to have signs saying, "You've been served by Baton Rouge Delta." We've partnered with organizations all over the city, and we're really just excited to get going.
And if you're looking at your screen right there, we were just showing you some pictures of all of the community service work that y'all have done. Y'all have done a lot by serving people food. You've done vaccine drives, voter registration. I know y'all are super active in the community. One of the events that y'all have for these 22 days of service that we talked about was this Get Fit through line dancing, right? That's super exciting. I'm always dancing. I'm always working on my Tamia line dance. It's a struggle because it's a lot of steps. But talk to me about why y'all thought that would be a good initiative to add for the community.
Well, we're all about, one of our 5 programmatic thrusts is physical and mental health. So we're all about, getting fit, getting your mental state together, getting your physical health together. And we just wanted to do something on actually the day that we were founded. So we were founded on January 13, 1913. So we picked that day to partner with the Goodwood Library, East Baton Rouge Parish Library, to have a line dancing class. Everybody is trying to learn Tamia. And then there's a couple of other new line dances coming out of New Orleans. So we were like, look, let's put the Founders Day, let's put some Get Fit, one of the 5 programmatic thrusts. Let's partner with the library and just do something fun in the community, which you can wear your kicks again, right? And be ready and some athletic gear to just really, enjoy and learn more about. We're going to have some vendors out there with health information. Just enjoy it and have fun.
Y'all are not catching all the buzzwords. She already said 1913, the Reds. We are giving you all the Delta buzzwords on this episode of Love 225. So talk to me, when y'all started planning out this second year for the 22 days of service, what was the number one thing, the mission? Like, I want people to leave with this.
We want them to have a takeaway and knowing that they are not alone in the community and that our organization has a heart for service and a heart for our community, and that we will do what we can to help solve a lot of the issues that we see within our community. So we hit everything from literacy, physical fitness, economic development. We hit just about everything. So, and we're doing it 22 days consecutively, but we do it throughout the year also in addition to the 22 days. So
doing
it was
work
a
for
big
the people.
hit for 2023. So I said, let's do it again for 2024.
Run it back, yeah. Doing work for the people. Now let's talk about these kicks, because I couldn't wait to do an interview with my tennis shoes on. I never get a chance to wear tennis shoes on the set. So talk to me about the sneaker ball. How do we need to dress? It's a Mardi Gras ball, right?
It is. It's a Mardi Gras sneaker ball honoring community leaders in Baton Rouge. We added the little kick with the sneaker ball. I know everybody's doing it all over the country. We wanted to get in on that, and it's comfortable. Coming out of COVID, people don't wear heels anymore, so we wanted it to be comfortable. But on January 20th at 5 o'clock, we're going to have our inaugural sneaker ball, and we're just excited. We want the community to wear purple, gold, or green, formal attire, and Get tennis shoes.
Yes, it's Mardi Gras ball season, so who wouldn't want to go to a Mardi Gras ball where I could just wear my sneakers? I don't have to sneak and hide my heels under the thing or put on my slippers or anything like that. You can just be comfortable all night.
All night.
So finally, ladies, if you had a message for the people at home, maybe they've never heard of Delta Sigma Theta, they weren't aware of Founders Day or the 22 days of service, what would be your message?
For me, I would say a lot of people say, oh, those are the ladies that wear the red and white or the crimson and cream. It's us, and we have a heart for service, and we love what we do, and we do it with a smile. So that would be my message. If you see a lady in red and white or crimson and cream, tap on the shoulder and say, hey, what are y'all up to next?
Okay, well, we love that. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you for participating and wearing your kicks. We absolutely love it. Well, when we return, we're gonna dig a little deeper. From washboards to mural, this woman is sharing her Louisiana experience through artwork, and that talent has taken her all the way to Disney. Cannot wait to share this one with you. Plus, big attitudes of gratitude as we say goodbye to one year and hello to another. More of Love 225 after the break. We've got artists everywhere, lots of color and culture around here, and one local artist has taken her southern roots and used it to tell some wonderful stories through her work. From washboards to murals, this woman's artwork is a force that's even been acknowledged by Disney, aka the House of Mouse, in a very special new piece, and we cannot wait to learn more about it. The artiste is here to talk about all of her incredible work. Miss Malaika Favorite, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are an artiste. How long have you been doing this?
Ever since I was little. You know, I started when I was in 3rd grade. Back then, they didn't have school aid and all that. So the teachers would pay me to do posters for them, and that was my first job.
Oh, wow, to make artwork for the teachers' classrooms, for bulletin boards and stuff like that.
Right.
I love that. So what was the next step? So after you got out of school, like what was the next step? How did you become a professional artist?
Well, when we were at the black school, Prairieville High School, okay, when they had the Freedom of Choice Act, I transferred to the white school, Dutchtown High School, and at the black school there was no art class. So when I went to the white school, they had an art class, and so I would say, wow, an art class, you know, and that was my first introduction to taking art really seriously because I had an art class, and my teacher was Judy Betts, who's now a famous artist and a member of the Baton Rouge Gallery, and I really began to blossom out during that period, studying under Judy, and then from there I went to LSU, studied art at LSU, and I stayed with it, you know, BFA and MFA in art.
And I just love that. So you integrated schools. You have a historical story too, to be a part of the integration process, to learn, be introduced to art there, and now, because a lot of the characters in your pieces are Black people, so there's a huge reflection and representation through your work, right?
Correct.
And that really goes with those murals. You've got one mural over at West Baton Rouge that I know you won a contest. It's so, so beautiful. Y'all can play some of that video if we have it. Yeah, this was you working on it?
Right, that's my husband and my nephew and myself. We were working on it daily.
This is one mural. This isn't the West Baton Rouge mural. These are 2 murals, but she's got more. There it is right there, the one in West Baton Rouge. How long did that take?
That took a couple of months, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what do you call that piece?
It's the jute joint, on the jute joint building, and it was called Let It Flow, based on a song by Kenny Neal.
Oh, yeah, so a lot of local ties with that.
Right.
I absolutely love that. And then you got a call from Mickey Mouse himself.
Right.
To go help them over there with Princess Tiana's new featured attraction at Disneyland, right? Tiana's Place. Talk to me about your mural that you worked on there.
Okay, they contacted me to do a mural, and it was a lot of meetings off and on with what it was to be, what it was to be about. I know specifically it was to be about Tiana, but what exactly should we paint? You know, because this is for the entrance to the ride that they're creating for Tiana's Bayou, and they wanted something very colorful, very lively, and so I did a lot of sketches and designs, and then they selected the one they wanted, and then I worked on that in my studio.
I love, and you got Louis in there. We've got those jazz notes. You had never seen The Princess and the Frog prior to working with Disney, right?
I knew about it because I was so proud that it was going to be a black princess, and that was wonderful. But I hadn't seen it because, you know, I don't have kids, so it was like, you know, I'll see it one day.
Did you feel whimsical when you watch it?
Yes, I felt good. I was crying.
Yeah, it's such a sweet story, and to see you having worked on this, I'm a big Disney lover, so I can't wait to walk to Tiana's place. I'll be telling everybody in line, I know the lady that drew this. So if people had never seen your work before, it's right now it's on display at the Baton Rouge Gallery.
Correct.
You've got the mural in West Baton Rouge. If anyone had never seen your work before right now, what would be your message to them?
I would say just look at it, get it, just study it. I try to always have a message and always make a statement in my work because I want to educate, and I also want to create a sense of something that will make people want to come back and look at it and enjoy it over and over. So I can't resist color. I just love color. And so my work is very colorful, but at the same time, there's always a message that I sneak in because I feel like, well, I have a platform. Let me get a little message in here.
From the flag series to the washboards to the murals to Tiana's place, I cannot wait. You have some very impactful work that is super representative. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Favorite.
Thank you for
Can I give you a
having
hug?
me.
Because I just love your work and it's so colorful. Well, as we say goodbye to 2023, we look back at all the good times and all the love here with the crew of Love 225. A little bit more Love 225 to go around. Stay tuned. Well, folks, if you haven't noticed, we absolutely love the capital city and the capital area, from all of the foods that we've tried, all of the artists that we've met, all of the businesses that you've let us come into with our cameras. Thank you so much. And now it's time for one of my favorite segments of the show, or maybe all of my favorite segments of the year. First, Mr. Watson. So many artists live in this area and they take the resources right around us and they make complete masterpieces. Or maybe they're just young people telling stories and inspiring others through the images that they create, whether that's through pencil, through charcoal, through watercolor. So much talent all around here. And of course, we love the color and culture. So I want to thank each and every artist that have come through here. Thank you to our friends at Oxbow Rum. We've gone to taste rum and drinks and pizza and so much more. See, I don't know if I even like the taste of that, but it's so much fun because it's made right here in Louisiana, and there's just so much more to share. One of our very first guests, okay, Vic over at Empire Wings, one of our very first guests here in the studio. He let us into his business. We've had artists, real musicians, rappers, singers come through here and share their talents with us. And we absolutely couldn't thank y'all enough for coming through with Love 225 to share everything. And then one of my favorite stories this year, 3 Magnolias and Company, 3 ladies that have come together to support their friend, their sister, through her own fight. And I've just had so much fun sharing all of these stories with y'all. Thank y'all so much for letting us into your home every other week to get a little bit of that Louisiana love from right here in the 225. Now, don't go anywhere. We've got a little bit more Love 225 coming up after the break. Before we close out 2023, we've got to give a shout out to the Love 225 crew: Riley Strawn, Wes Ennis, Phoenix Plum, Landon Hanson, Leah Marchand, Matt Urquhart, Melvin Davis, Scott Cardinale, Kyle Smith, WBRZ, all of the dudes here at WBRZ, and so many more. Thank y'all so much for making this show so very special, and thank you for making South Louisiana special. So go like, follow, and share the Love 225 show on social media. Can't wait to share more with you in 2024. Love 225.